Now in its 10th year, this is Gabnet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, everybody. Live from Harlem in New York City, it's the Ramble with Alex. That's me. Yikes. My God, what are you going to do? Go rob a bank? What is this?
Ho, ho, ho.
It's Chuck Farnham, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez, Chuck.
Oh, I love this thing.
You're really kind of
Well, it's the holidays.
screwed up there. What?
I thought I would dress up for the holidays.
You thought you'd dress up for the holidays. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Maybe I could pop into your Monday thing.
Let me see here. I got to change pictures here quickly. There, now I'm in sync. I was out of sync. I'm a little more in sync now.
There you go.
Anyway, hello, Chuck Farnham.
Hello, sir.
Where'd you get that mask?
Well, I got it at Amazon. I asked them to ship me the ugliest mask on that they had, and this is what came. When I searched ugly masks, this showed up.
You actually put in ugliest Santa mask.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty nice.
I should get one of those. How much did that cost you?
It was $12.
$12.
And it's very sturdy. It's not like going to crack and fall apart.
Really? Okay, well, wait a minute. Let me go over to Amazon. Ugly Santa mask. Let me see here. Let's see if it comes up. Well, I have ugly Santa mask, and I go there. And, well, there are a couple of them. Some of them are much nicer.
Right. I didn't want that.
Huh?
I didn't want nicer. I wanted ugly.
Yeah. Which one did you get, though?
I don't know. There was the one that was at the top. The one at the second and third one down looked too nice to me.
The one at the top. Oh, no, there's a Grinch one. It's a green Christmas holiday monster. And then there are some what look like nice masks, but they don't come out that way.
Right. Well, there's some of them are rubber, and this is plastic. This is all plastic.
Bestseller.
Oh, that might have been it.
Really?
Did it look too nice?
It looks much better in the picture than it does on you.
Thank God.
Huh?
I said, thank God. Can't you imagine me wandering the street going, free photos with Santa, kids. Free photos with Santa.
Could you take that thing off?
Can I? Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Put it back on.
So much better, isn't it?
Put it back on.
The only problem is it sweats. It sweats really bad.
Really?
Yeah, and it's got a little nose. Here, I'll show you the inside of it. It's got a little nose piece on the inside of it. And you can see the nose piece right here.
Oh, so it makes it comfortable.
Yeah, it is comfortable. But, something to scare the kids with.
Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. We have the big...
This is the second time we started recording this thing. God, we've had nothing but trouble today, right?
Right. We discussed the things that you've missed out on today already are nose picking.
Oh, well, we were talking about I was a nose picker when I was a kid, and the first radio thing I was ever involved in was I was invited to be on some like kids quiz show or something on radio. And you had to get up on a stage and sit at a table and talk into a microphone. And I was excited about this because I'd never done anything in radio before. Right? And they at the last minute said they couldn't use me because I picked my nose.
I used to pick my nose all the time. I still do.
And I used to bite my fingernails.
We were talking about it.
You still bite your fingernails, though,
I bite my fingernails, and what you people missed out on is I got this on my finger, which he was asking about, and it's because I broke.
We're trying to recreate in a rather terrible, clumsy fashion.
Yeah, they say trigger finger is what it is, but I don't shoot guns, so I don't really know. All I know is it's the finger I pick my nose with.
Oh, okay. And you can't
And
stick.
so I can't pick my. You can't.
Right now,
No,
try picking your nose with that.
can't.
See, you only get
you
so
get
far.
what happens is you get the fuzz off the thing, and then you just start itching.
Wow.
And the cat thinks it's a play toy. So
yeah, well, and we also had a discussion about diarrhea.
Oh yeah,
which I call
the big trip.
Which I call the trots.
A term from the 1940s, I believe.
I don't think so.
Really?
No,
I mean, that's what we called it back in the day.
Let me look it up on. Let me look it up on the computer. You can't just say trots because a lot of things would come up.
Trots, TROTTES. I don't know.
Trots. I don't want the trots. God, I can't even type anymore. The trots. Here we go. The trots.
TROTS?
The trots meeting. Oh, the trots slang. The trots is an informal slang term for diarrhea, an illness that causes frequent liquid bowel movements.
Yeah, that's what I have. That's my problem. We were discussing. What? I have liquid bowel movement.
So you should say you have the trots.
Right. It's
not an old term.
I kind of like liquid bowel movement.
Came right up here. Noun, informal, diarrhea. Illness that causes a person to pass waste from the body very frequently and in a liquid rather than solid form. I love the way they put it.
I need to put that on a T-shirt.
What?
I have, the liquid bowel movement.
The definition right under it.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing this afternoon.
It's even in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Let's see here. What does it say? The trots. Diarrhea.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Well, why aren't you using the word diarrhea? Because trots sounds better?
I don't know. Do you like the term diarrhea? It's kind of disgusting, isn't it?
Well, trots isn't much better because the minute you say that, you start thinking about diarrhea.
Really?
Or liquid bowel movement, as the case may be.
Well, anyway, so that's the trots is not considered an old term. But Marjorie had the trots in Europe.
Yeah.
We spent 5 days there, 3 of which were recovering from traveling.
Mm-hmm. That's because you're old.
I
think people get too old to travel.
You know what the best part of the trip was? Bring a cane.
Yeah.
And tell them you need a wheelchair.
I probably do need a wheelchair.
You probably do. Just say, I need a wheelchair. I need one at the airport that we're leaving and then to pick me up at the other airport that I'm going to.
Yeah.
All right? It is so wonderful. You're just there and these 2 people just wheeling you down, Now, I tip them, Yeah,
you're supposed to, I think.
Yeah, or something. I gave him $20. Is that enough? That's enough.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be fine.
Yeah,
depending on how far they're pushing you.
You got a no spleen anymore, and you have diarrhea all the time. You probably could leave a trail all the way up to the plane.
Exactly. I tell you, that shirt's happening, dude. I am so ordering that shirt.
What?
The definition of trots.
Well, yeah, but what do you design it yourself, and then they?
Yeah. And once again, Amazon. All you have to do is type it in, and they'll mail you the shirt.
And the lettering should be in brown.
Oh yeah. The shirt should be white. The lettering should be brown.
Yeah,
definitely.
Or the shirt should be brown, and the lettering should be white. One of the others.
Yeah, see, we developed these products just sitting here rambling along.
Yeah, we've got, how many people want to order a Trots T-shirt? Let us know.
Next time you've got them, you wear it.
They're cheap enough. We can just give them away as prizes on the program.
Exactly. They are cheap. Oh, and something else I got.
What?
I don't know if you can see this.
Did we cover everything that we didn't say?
No, I think we're there. I think we really covered it all.
Okay, what's this? What?
Dr. Brown's celery soda.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate it.
Really?
I hate it. Oh,
I
celery
like it.
soda. That was a thing in New York. And one of my wives loved celery soda, and I tried it, and I wanted to puke.
Yeah, you can barely taste celery, but it's quite good.
I like Dr. Brown's. What do you call it? I think black cherry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But see, I can't get that out here. I have to ship that all in
yeah.
because I live in the sand.
Well, Dr. Brown's is an East Coast product, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like it.
It's what you find in delis,
Oh, really? Is that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So it's
Can't
pretty
believe
damn
it.
good. What?
I said I can't believe it. Took me like a month to get this in the mail.
A month?
Mm-hmm. I don't know where it was shipping from.
Well, we order. You know what we love is Diet Stewart's root beer.
Really?
Try Stewart's root beer. It is the best. It is just the best. But what happened recently is we sent for it, and they sent us a case of 24 non-diet.
Oh.
And I don't want the non-diet.
Well, you're trying to be healthy?
Yes, I'm trying to save my teeth,
At your age, you're trying to be healthy. See, I had this discussion with somebody else the other day, and I'm like, at a certain age, don't you just start living and stop worrying about the diet?
Well, you can either look at it as starting living or giving up.
Okay.
Because on a certain level, you have to give up. What happened? What age did you not try to look good so you could get laid?
I don't think I'm capable of that.
I don't think you ever stopped looking like this.
I've looked like this forever.
And you've made a profession out of it.
Kind of. Yeah, that's what people tell me.
If you got a nice haircut, trim the beard, lost some pounds, put on a nice suit, nobody would recognize you.
Right. And I'm losing pounds because of the trots, barely.
So how much weight have you lost?
Oh, I don't know, like 20 pounds.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's because I don't.
I was up to 100 and 250 or something, 260, and I went down to 180.
Wow.
And I did that through a low carb diet. Just went totally low carb, and and you can fill yourself up with low carb. And I lost all that weight, but then I got the prostate problem, the cancer.
Right.
And so they did the radiation, and they put in seeds, and then I got neuropathy, so they gave me another pill, and all these things combined helped me gain weight. Put
Nice.
the weight, not all the weight back on, because my face looks pretty thin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So.
No, now I'm afraid to eat certain things because depending on where I eat them, I might have literally seconds before I need to be in the bathroom. And so I'm scared of certain
the doctors
foods.
taught you how to overcome that, or how to? Isn't there a pill they can give you or something?
I have the pill. Matter of fact, they give you 1,000 of the pills, and you still got to make a run to everyone. It depends on what it is. Some stuff, and they go, well, don't no fat. Well, that's not exactly true, because I've had a hot dog send it off, but chili doesn't do any problem.
Chili
I can eat
doesn't
as much
do any
chili
problem,
as I want,
but hot
no
dog,
problem.
Really? Well, then eat chili.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, well,
But chili will not help you gain any weight. And you eat small. I allow myself to eat for 15 minutes, and then I stop. Like yesterday's meal at the restaurant, I only ate half of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And the guys are like, well, why don't you finish it? And I'm like, because I only have 15 minutes. If I spend another 15 minutes, I might have to make a run.
Was the bathroom nearby?
That's when I watch where bathrooms are.
Oh, I did that at one point when I had an enlarged prostate and I had to pee a lot. I would always be aware of where I could go if there was a bathroom close by, because you got the sudden urge to take a pee.
Right.
Now, after I had the prostate stuff, that's not really a problem anymore, although it has caused certain problems, like my penis has gotten smaller, and
that happens with age.
No, this has happened with the prostate stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and then it's just like I don't pee any more. I don't pee like I used to when I had the prostate.
I don't either. And then mine's down to like 1.5 inches now.
What?
But I just thought it was age.
You're down to 1.5 inches?
Yeah. I used to be a good solid 3 inches. Now I'm down to like 1.5.
How do you live with a 3-inch penis? I have no idea.
I can't see it. That's the bigger problem. My stomach's in the way. So, you have to go around going, hey, can you, how small is...
I never had that problem. I had a rather, shall we say, large one.
I never had that problem.
I was known within the female community for that.
The female community, huh? Yeah. Did they have a book out with you on the cover?
How a guy like me, an ugly guy like me, got laid so often?
No, I know why you got laid so often, but yeah.
Why did you think I was getting laid so often?
Well, because of your personality and your job and your...
Oh, yeah, I have a sterling personality.
Yeah, grumpy in the morning and grumpy in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, 24/7 grumpy.
Right.
Yeah.
It worked for you.
But having a larger penis, I won't say how large it was, but a larger penis makes up for a lot of that.
Really? Yeah. How large is it now, I guess, is the real question.
It actually goes inward, I think. No, it...
Let's be honest, like 1.5 to 3 inches.
Well, because the prostate, it affected that whole plumbing area,
I know. Well, I had all the testing and stuff done multiple times because they were worried about me, and I turned out to be clean, but...
Clean what? Clean and what?
I didn't have anything, and they did a biopsy on you, right? Yeah. Where they shoot that gun into your
it didn't
wiener.
hurt at all. It was no problem though.
Really?
Everybody talked to me about, it hurt, it bothered me. They did it, and I hear it's like a staple gun, click, click, click.
Yeah, 19 times or something.
What?
It was like 19 times they hit you with the gun thing.
No, about 12. About 12.
Yeah.
But he went in there, he did it. I got up, I walked out, and we went home.
Yeah, I did that too, but and then there was some bleeding.
No, I didn't have anything like that.
Maybe you don't have any blood.
No, I had a very good urologist.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
I had Bob from the desert.
If you find you're dying of anything, come to New York.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find the better doctors up here than anywhere else.
Well, people out here, what they do is the state will pay for you to become a doctor if you work rural for X number of years.
Yeah.
And so they're out here and they realize what they've done, and now they're stuck in a little hole in the middle of nowhere, and they're angry, and they come in and they have no bedside manner, and they're looking forward to leaving. And I do the same thing every time. I go, buddy, I paid for your medical degree. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
They don't really like to hear that, but the next thing you know, I'm getting things in my ass.
I had a cousin who had a husband, and he was a brain surgeon.
Really?
Right? And he put himself out up in where is up? Oh, what's the town where they do a lot of theater and stuff like that? But
in Oregon?
No, this is in New York. This is in New York, and whatever else is above us, and Massachusetts or whatever. And there's a road that goes across the state, And he put himself on that road. Why? More accidents than anywhere else in the United States. And how many require a brain surgeon?
There you go.
Great. He did great. And he was world class, by the way. He was not just a dippy brain surgeon who has to watch out for your frontal lobe. He was good. He was good.
Nice.
I don't know if he's still alive or not. But if I ever have a brain problem and he is alive, he's the first guy I'm going to.
Yeah. You wreck your car up there, or you just call and ask for a discount?
Yeah. I don't need a discount. I have insurance.
You have insurance.
I have insurance. I have the full insurance.
Yeah, me too.
Insurance where I walk out of a hospital or a doctor's office and I just say, put it on the insurance.
Yeah.
And I leave. And I never get another bill.
I never get bills either. It's you know why? Because we don't have the Advantage.
Oh, Advantage sucks.
Exactly.
Advantage sucks. Folks, if you're thinking about getting Advantage, do not get Advantage, okay?
Particularly if you're going to go anywhere.
Huh?
Particularly if you're going to go anywhere, because the Advantage plan won't work if you're not, sitting in your living room.
Right.
That's its bigger problem.
Well, what happens with the Advantage plan, and these companies want you to take the Advantage plan because what happens, you sign up for it, and then you're signed out of Medicare.
Right.
And they take over being kind of Medicare. And then they get paid by the government to take care of you. So they're not going to take care of you as well as the government was because they want to make a profit.
Right.
Right? It's not a good idea. I know it costs like $300 more a month, or depending on where you live, somewhere it's just $100 to get the supplement. And the supplement, it takes care of that 20% that Medicare doesn't take care of.
Right. I don't. I've got insurance and I have Medicare and I'm very happy and I don't pay a cent when I leave anywhere.
Right. Well, you better enjoy Medicare while you can because you know who's going to be taking it over.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz.
I know.
Now, here's the thing with Dr. Oz. Okay, he was actually a world-class surgeon. He really was.
Right.
But that doesn't make him qualified to run Medicare because that's an institution that needs somebody who knows how to take care of business.
It's an administration business.
Yeah. What they should have made him was the Surgeon General.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even had any argument with that.
Aren't they saving that for Sanjay Gupta or something?
No, Sanjay Gupta wouldn't take it.
Who's the guy in San Francisco?
Dr. Dean Adele?
Dr. Dean Adele, the podiatrist. They could have used him.
Yeah, but he was good. He was really good on radio.
A nice guy.
He gave great advice, Yeah. And he would always tell people, hey, I'm just a doctor on the radio. Don't take my word for it. Get a second opinion.
Yeah.
But, and when somebody called him with something and it sounded like they may need a doctor, he urged them to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
But he was really good. I never felt like he was on the take or, whatever. It wasn't Dr. Oz who I watched and went, oh, this guy's a living phony. Well, I worked with Dr. Oz because he was over at Sirius XM for a while, and everybody who worked with him hated him.
Why? Is it just me, or are there nothing but reality TV shows running the country now?
Well, they are going to be. He watches Fox and he goes, that guy would make a good Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Sure, that's great thinking. Why? He's on television. Oh,
right.
Yeah, so are you.
He's famous. Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, go on, get people to know what they're doing, To get the most qualified people. Doesn't matter.
Things are going to get a little weird in January.
What?
Things are going to get a little weird in January.
Oh, I'm getting out of this country. Do you know that there's actually a cruise that you can go on that is a 4-year cruise?
Really?
Yeah, so you can get away from it all.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to look and see how much it costs.
I need to, yeah. Well, no matter what it costs, your state of mind will be fine.
It certainly will be a lot better. Hey, listen, it looks like we're running out of time.
No way.
I'm
shocked.
I'll ask you like I asked Bubbles, are you playing anywhere?
I am not playing anywhere. Okay. I was playing yesterday.
Anyway, let's talk to you soon.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the famous Chuck Farnham. Bye-bye.
Bye, kids.
Now in its 10th year, this is Gabnet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And hello, everybody. Let me make sure I'm okay. I had to change my earphones. They got stuck in my wheels of my seat here, and then I got to do this. And then I pulled on them, and I ripped the complete earphones apart. So then I had to go find my other earphones, and here they are. But I don't know if I need them. Let's see. We're going to talk to people anyway, and we'll see if they have things to talk about. Let me see here. Who do we have waiting for us? Let me just check this out. Okay. Oh, Jeff Stein is there and Charlie Wallace. Okay. Let's meet them both. Okay. This is Thursday, and sometimes on Thursdays we never have anybody calling us. Okay. Are you guys there?
I'm here.
I know you're there, but what about Jeff? Are you there?
I'm there.
Oh, good. Hey, no problems. Figured it out.
Call it lucky. That's all.
Well, I wonder if we're going to have any people calling us today. This will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's no sports on tonight.
Well, yeah, there is.
There is? What is there?
Thursday night football. Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers is a great game.
Well, maybe that's the reason nobody's calling, huh?
Yep. It's for top seed in the NFC to see who's going to not have to play the first week of playoffs.
Oh, okay. I assume that people are, do our guys really watch those games?
Well, Brian Neary does.
Brian does.
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
How about Kevin? Would Kevin watch that tonight? He's a big sports guy.
Yeah, Kevin might watch it because it affects his 49ers.
So where are all the other losers tonight?
That's a good question. Maybe Christmas shopping. I don't know.
Oh God. Already? Yes, it is already, right? It's after Christmas. It's after New Year's now. Thanksgiving now. So we're up to our throats in Christmas now.
Oh yeah. Can't get away from it.
There is a guy right, like, I don't know, 10 minutes from our house.
Okay.
And you're riding guy that's just by his place. All of a sudden, he has 500,000 little pieces of plastic stuff, all with under lights and flashes. You wouldn't believe it. I said, what the hell does he do this?
Okay, I had a girlfriend. Okay, she happened to be Mormon. I don't know if this had anything with her being Mormon. What she was doing with a Jew like me, I have no idea at all. But every year, her parents at their house put together this Christmas thing, whatever. They had a whole garage. They didn't put their cars in the garage because they had that much stuff that they had to put on the house every year for Christmas. I mean, there were sleighs on the roof and there were elves in the garage. It was amazing. It was just amazing. And I had to ask her, why do you do this? And she says, we love doing this. She says, in fact, I don't talk much to my parents anymore, and I'm not as religious as I used to be. And, if you're not religious and you're a Mormon, then you're not a Mormon, really, in their eyes. She said, but the one thing I do with them every year is put this together. And at Christmas time, I didn't see her for like 3 weeks while they put together this spectacular that, by the way, I think you could see from outer space. Yeah.
Yep. That's what we saw today.
And they do these things. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Hello, Kevin. Wait a minute. He's trying to. You hear us, Kevin?
Hello.
Okay, you can hear us. Did you hear what we were talking about?
I just got it on. I was rebooting the machine.
Well, these people with their Christmas displays at their home that you can see from space.
Oh yeah, got a few of those around here. We got a whole 3 blocks of it around here.
Really?
I can't imagine what their electric bills must be like.
Why do they do that? And I don't know any Jews that put up Star of Davids anywhere. Do they?
No.
Didn't they used to put one up on the hill in South City?
What?
Didn't they used to put one up on the hill in South City?
What, a Star of David?
Yeah.
They do that to please us.
Right.
To mollify us in a way.
Yeah, to shut you up.
Here in New York, it is the giant menorah in Central Park.
Oh, yeah.
Like we care. Like that makes up for all that Christmas crap that goes on in Rockefeller Center with the giant. Every year they kill a tree, a giant tree that was growing into full graciousness and so on, and they chop it down so they can lug it off into Rockefeller Center, stick it up for a couple of weeks, throw some lights on it, and then when it's through, they chop it up for mulch.
Yep.
Are you broadcasting?
That one they got there now was started in 1967.
It started in 1967 when these 2 people got married.
Yep.
And the wife died last year. And so the guy decided to cut down the tree and give it to Rockefeller Center because that would be in her honor. And I'm going, her honor would be, this thing was huge. Let it grow twice as much as it is because it was in great shape. But no, we're going to chop it down, lug it down to Rockefeller Center, and everybody can go there and go, ooh, look, ooh, there's Mario Lopez helping to light the tree.
Take their selfies and leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. And this year, this was something I want to talk about tonight. This year, it was, okay, so a guy is with what insurance company?
I meant to tell you, your panel isn't showing on the.
Oh, I'm just talking and you're not. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much.
I wanted to say that too, but I couldn't get a word in.
At my age, I'm starting to really screw this up like crazy. Anyway, so what happened is this guy from what do you call it? United Health Care. Is walking down the street to some kind of speech he's supposed to give, and a guy darts out, pulls out a gun with a silencer. The guy looked like he really knew what he was doing, and shot him in the leg, and then shot him in the back, and then I think he walked up to him and shot him in the head, something like that, and then he disappears.
On a bicycle.
Okay. As a result, on a city bike, one of those bikes you rent, which
you rent.
I think he probably stole it. I really do because
because he had the battery in his room or something. They were charging.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Anyway, so the story is here. This happens. All right. So what does the police department decide? Well, this isn't going to stop the Rockefeller Center tree from being lit.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out for the life of me why it would stop it from being lit. This guy, bang, 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 takes off, disappears. It's not like he's going to go back to, I think I'll go back to Rockefeller Center and kill some more people.
He's halfway to Venezuela right now.
So everybody had to be like, wanted and whatever. And then they're all there freezing their asses off, waiting for this stupid tree to get lit. And but we had this guy get shot, and they go crazy. They're like pretending like we got him. We know we'll get him. Don't worry about it. We'll get him. What time is it now? It's about a day and a half. They haven't gotten him yet.
Nope.
So,
I think he's way out of Dodge by now.
So I heard that he only got shot in the leg and the back.
You didn't hear he got killed?
Oh yeah, he was killed. He got shot in the back. That round went through what they call the thoracic cavity.
Yeah,
which is
okay.
the heart,
So he shot him. He shot him. It's
him.
called. The police call it something. Dead mass or something.
Well, he was dead.
Yeah. Well, he was dead. Anyway,
but he was only shot twice.
Okay.
I just looked.
I heard
again.
he was shot at 3 times.
Well, he might have been.
His gun supposedly jammed, or he was reloading the magazine.
So,
but they say he really knew what he was doing because he unjammed it really fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good because he knew how to unjam a gun. I mean, we train like that all the time, but how to clear a jam. But he probably never had a gun with a suppressor on the end. Suppressors are notorious for making guns jam until you adjust things so it's used to the suppressor. The suppressor is basically like a muffler on a car.
Well, anyway, so he then takes a city bike, goes into Central Park, and disappears.
Yep.
Boom. That's it. Now, what are they saying all day at the police department? We're going to get this guy. We're going to get him. Don't worry, we're going to get him. Yeah. You haven't gotten him yet.
We talked about a little bit in the after show that this guy probably, his mother, the shooter's mother, probably was denied. She had United Healthcare, which, these healthcare agencies are famous for denying service.
Well, this is what the bullets had the words deny.
Yeah.
Whatever the name. There's a book.
Deny and dispose. Deny and dispose.
Right, which is common in the insurance business. Deny. And he probably got somebody close to him. His mother maybe was denied insurance by United Healthcare and she probably died. So he figured, let's go after the CEO.
Well, I mean, we don't know any of that. Okay.
We don't.
But all I know is I was talking to one person today, and they said the head of insurance company got shot. Huh? Good. I mean, it was like there was no sympathy at all. It was like good. Because how many of us have ever had a medical problem and then they've submitted it to your insurance company and you get denied?
Yeah.
For no reason at all.
Even after you've been accepted, my second kid, I paid out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because they approved it, and then, of course, it was an employer issue where he wasn't paying the premiums, but they approved it, and then they turned around and said, "No, we're not paying it." I always call her the $22,000 kid.
Well, all I know is that I've had people just say to me when I talked about this to them over the phone or something, "Good,"
So this CEO, most CEOs are high net worth people. Like around here, we have Larry Ellison and the guy that's in charge.
Well, yeah, but Larry Ellison is like Oracle, and he's worth billions. He's like a third billionaire in the country or something.
United Healthcare is the largest healthcare organization in the world.
Yes, but but wait a minute, he wasn't making that kind of money. He was making good money.
That's not my point.
He was making a couple of $1 million a year, but he didn't have billions. Okay,
this wasn't my point. The point was most of these high net worth people, or people that are a high target for kidnap and then ransom, they usually have security details with them. This guy had one, but the guy stayed back. The security detail didn't go with him out of the hotel.
According to what I heard yesterday, he didn't have a security detail.
Yeah, well,
that he was one of the few.
I heard is
he was one of the few heads of a medical organization like that insurance company that didn't have somebody.
That's what I heard this morning as well.
Yeah, who knows with the news, but they weren't there, obviously.
Yeah.
No, because there wasn't anybody hired to do it. They didn't hire. United was about the only company that does not have a security detail.
Well, plus, wasn't he accused of insider trading as well with the company?
I don't know about that. I didn't hear anything like that.
$15 million of the money or something, and other people got burned out of it.
Yeah, I don't know that this had anything to do with that. I think this
Probably
had something
not.
to
Not
do
with that stuff they found on the casings.
Yeah, this had to do with somebody who lost somebody as a result of. I would imagine that's the story. If it isn't, then this guy was stupid to do what he did. You know.
I don't know. Why was that stupid?
Well, if he did it for the reasons that we think he did it, I can sympathize with him. I don't think it's the way you handle a problem, but I can sympathize with him. You know, and that's you know.
He might expect to be killed too.
Yeah.
He said he might be waiting to get killed if he's still around.
Well, he supposedly was threatened. They got some threatening notes or something like that. You know.
Well, I meant the shooter.
Yeah.
Does anyone know who the killer is?
Hold on a second. What'd you say, Jeff?
Does anyone know the killer's name or?
No, not yet.
Who it was?
No.
He had a fake ID or something.
Yeah, he stayed at a hostel.
Yeah.
And he had his mask off for that, and they have a picture of it all over the place. Who knows?
But still, he's got a hood on, and it's just this part of his face. You know, you take that off of there, and if he's bald or something like that, you might not even recognize him.
Yeah.
Well, there's facial recognition.
So. Well, that's if they've taken his picture anywhere.
Yeah, well, a lot of baseball and football stadiums now take your pictures. You're walking in and out.
Well, maybe he doesn't go to baseball games.
No, I'm not arguing.
I mean, I'm sure this guy knew what he was doing, so I'm sure he crossed his T's and dotted his I's on the rest of it.
I guess
I'm sure.
They
found a water bottle that he had drank out of, but he smudged the fingerprints. So rather, he had oil on his hands or something that made the fingerprint smudge. Probably DNA.
That has nothing to do with what I want to talk about. I want to talk about is just the general condition of health care in America.
Oh.
And you know, people say to me, Alex, why do you hate America so much? And I do. I really truly hate it because we so care little about each other that we can't give ourselves health care. That's just a good example of how crappy we are as people in this country. That we can't do something as simple as giving health care and taking care of that need for people. We would rather let them die. What kind of a country is that?
We're the only developed country that doesn't have universal health care.
Yeah, that's right. Because other people care about each other.
We're the richest country in the history of the world, though.
Yeah.
We don't give our citizens health care.
Yeah. But you bring it up.
Healthcare companies get the money and give it to the Republicans.
What?
Healthcare companies make a lot of money, and they donated to Donald Trump. It's
I'm sure they donated to Kamala Harris too.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
I know these companies. They hedge their bets. They give each side money.
That's a smart move, is actually to hedge your bet.
Yeah. You know, I mean, do you really think that? I guess how beneficial would say? You mentioned his name, by the way. You're always the first one to mention his name. Why would he necessarily? Does he care? No, I guess he does care about the health care companies because he doesn't like Medicare. Well, what kind of a person doesn't like Medicare? It's a good thing for people. It's a good thing for Americans. It keeps a healthy country, you know. And the only problem with it is it shouldn't be 80%. It should be 100%. That's But otherwise. Why shouldn't we have health care? Don't we care about each other? Aren't we Americans that care about other Americans? Well, we apparently don't, and that's why I think Americans suck.
Yeah.
You know? What Tony's about to speak. He's about to blurt out something. Go ahead, Tony.
You know what it is though, really, I think it's because it's to me, it's just simple greed, really. I mean, if you're looking at his cabinet, Alex, everybody is like filthy rich. And I actually think people like Elon Musk and them, I don't know his background, but maybe you guys can attest to this. Are they have so much, when you have that much money, they're not even thinking about health insurance because they can just pay anything out of the pocket. So I don't think they're the right people to be in this position to form plans.
People with that much money don't really care about you and me because they don't consider themselves part of you and me. You know?
Like, perfect example. You think if Elon Musk had prostate cancer like you or me, he's going to be like, I wonder if they take my plan. He's just going to be like, I can pay anything I want.
He can pay in cash.
Yeah, it's so they're not in touch with reality.
And he can get the best doctors around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
They'll probably do a transplant.
he could do it. You know, he can get the best doctors around.
Yep.
But what does that have? What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Well, you know what it is, I think, because what's scaring me with his cabinet is that I really think they're not going to do anything for middle America. They're going to be in for a rude awakening. Really,
middle America in 2 years is going to have buyer's remorse. You know, they're suddenly going to realize this guy didn't do anything for them. They're suddenly going to wonder why their car costs more, why their avocados cost twice as much as they used to, why all the fruits and vegetables in your supermarket are up about 25 to 50%. They're going to wonder about all of this, and they said, this isn't what we voted for.
Well, did you hear the news, Alex? I was reading it.
That is what you voted for, you stupid pieces of shit.
I don't know if I can attest to it. The steel plant in Pennsylvania that they agreed to do some kind of I think somebody from overseas was going to buy the company to keep it solvent. Trump says to save the jobs there. I guess right now it's a lot of jobs. Now he said as soon as he comes in, he's going to try to shoot that down. Now all the union people who voted for him over there, now they're having bargains with us. Well, can you really trust this guy Trump and union in the same breath?
You're saying the name. We don't say the name on this program anymore.
What should we call him then? I know he said it. I can't believe the guy missed though. I mean, really.
Orange turd.
Yeah. But the orangutan, I call him.
He's such a douchebag.
Well, no. Forget about that. I
even prayed to my mother. It didn't work.
Look, you can call him anything you want to. You can complain about him all you want to do, but it isn't going to do any good.
I know, you're right.
So you're wasting your time.
What do we do? You're right.
You know, it's only going to make you feel good. That's all. It's not going to solve
anything. It's not going to make me feel
anything.
sick, really. I can't.
What I like is what Gavin Newsom has done. He gave a speech in California saying that he was going to, I'll use the word, Trump-proof California, do things to prevent him from coming into California and doing any of the things he said he was going to do.
They're doing it already.
$25 million escrow for
What's it?
for all that.
They're doing it already.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
You know,
Kevin's
so
right.
it's up to individual governors to say, we're just not going along with you. I'm sorry. You know, we're not going to turn over immigrants. We're not going to do this thing. We're not going to do that thing. And we're not going to let you come in here and hurt our medical services or anything.
Well, Trump said that's okay. Then we'll cut off federal funds to California, and the governor said that's okay. We're the sixth largest economy in the world.
Yeah, it's the sixth largest economy in the world. I'd heard something like third, but sixth I'll accept.
Maybe.
So, go ahead, do it because what you're going to do
cut us
is
off. We don't care.
We'll cut you off.
That's right. All the federal tax money that we owe you for whatever, we'll just keep it.
We'll keep it for ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're going gung ho. Like Kevin said, I think in the news today yesterday they had $25 million already starting up to avoid the problems that Trump's going to cause California and other states. So
yeah, we said the name again. I'm going to count all the times that we say the name.
Sorry,
but
I'm trying not to say it.
You know, the fact is that it's just terrible that we don't care enough about our people to even give something as simple as health care. There are a lot of other things we should give them, but health care is maybe the singularly most important. I can say, as somebody at my age, that if it weren't for Medicare and the fact that I have the money to put out the $600 a month for Marjorie and I for supplemental, that I'm pretty well taken care of. But a lot of people aren't. A lot of people don't have that. And I would imagine somewhere along the line, I'm only, making a wild guess, that this guy who killed this head of United Healthcare or whatever he was a person who somehow had been aggrieved by the way the medical system has been handling things, and probably the person died as a result of it.
I think the writing on the bullet casings says that all.
There was some woman I saw today, and she was very adamant about this. She said, "Yes, it's sad this guy got killed, but how many people has he killed?"
That's right.
Yeah.
How many people has he killed by the company trying to make a profit?
Right.
And remember this, and folks listening out there, remember and listen to me when I say this. There was a time in this country where medical insurance companies were not allowed to make a profit.
Yep.
I
yeah.
one like that. Kaiser is a not-for-profit.
No, but Kaiser was the first of its kind, okay? But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact Kaiser it goes out to make a profit. You don't think so? Oh, yes, they do. I bet you. There was a time when they didn't.
What they do
there was a time when they didn't, but they do now.
Okay.
They don't want to. They want to make a profit, And nobody's going to back them if they say, "Well, look, we don't want to make a profit," and then they need money to keep going.
They have money to keep going. They're spending money. They have doctors and everybody, but at the end of the year,
medical hospitals usually have doctors.
Yeah,
it's a rule. But anyway, it's just that the insurance companies couldn't be profit making, and all of a sudden one day they said you can be. I think was it under Reagan? I'm trying to remember.
I believe so.
It was under Reagan.
It was under Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. All of a sudden, where your insurance cost was you didn't even worry about it. Okay, you got health insurance. It's a couple of bucks a month, right? All of a sudden, you got to have it through a job. It's something a job's got to give you. And if you don't have a job, you can't get it that way, you've got to pay for it. And if you pay for it, boy, there's a lot of money coming out of your pocket for that because it's not cheap any longer.
I'm looking up Alex, the guy who got shot.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, they're publicly traded now. They closed the day trading at, they went down a lot today. Over $570 a share. I wonder, when they were nonprofit, Alex, were they on the stock market, you think, then, before that, or no? I got to find that.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Oh, before they were profit making?
When they were nonprofit.
When they were nonprofit, I don't think they were, no.
Okay, I guess.
So according to Forbes, Kaiser Permanente is considered a not-for-profit organization. This is dated 2024.
Okay. All right.
They are the largest, but they make money. Yeah, I mean their CEO. But at the end of the year, they're supposed to come down to zero.
Does it say there what their CEO
I think he makes like $1 million, maybe.
I'll look it up for you though.
Yeah,
I remember him saying on CNBC today. I think he made about $1 million. I could be wrong.
This guy at United?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he made more than that.
But you're right, Alex. I mean, just Larry Ellison's totally different animal. He owns the whole company. I mean,
what company?
Oracle. I remember you talking about Larry Ellison before that.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the hospital.
No, you were saying how much he's worth, so much more than you were saying, which is true. Larry Ellison.
Okay, so what is your guess according to Yahoo Finance?
I thought I heard on the radio this morning they said over $1 million.
Talking about Alex asked, what does the Kaiser CEO make?
Oh,
in 2023 he made $14 million.
That's a lot of money for a nonprofit.
Yeah.
It is. Absolutely.
He should be getting $1 million and be happy to get it.
Should be.
Yeah.
But they're the largest not-for-profit health organization.
Well, apparently somebody's making a profit.
Yeah.
Okay.
it depends on how you define.
Well, if you're
profit.
paying this guy $14 million, what does that do to the bottom line and what
but
you got to
that's
charge
salary.
people for the services?
But there's no stockholders. Kaiser Permanente is a not
That's
for profit.
one company, Alan.
I understand.
Every other health company is for profit.
I understand that, and that's my whole point. Yeah, you can buy stock in United Healthcare, but you can't, or Blue Cross.
With a guy, let me ask you this question: with the head of their company making $14 million a year, and they're a nonprofit company, why is he making $14 million? Why doesn't that add to the bottom line of what you have to pay for Kaiser?
Yeah, but that. So my understanding, a not-for-profit organization means that they don't pay stockholders dividends and stuff because they don't have stockholders. It's a privately held corporation.
Mm-hmm. Where the head of it's making $14 million.
That was in 2023, according to you.
Yeah. Where they could take that $14 million, spread it out among all the people who are paying premiums, and cut your premiums down, couldn't they?
Well, one of the things they do, and I know this because I've known a couple doctors there, is the doctors get a bonus at the end of the year if they help save Kaiser money.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
the highest paid CEO in healthcare gets paid $300 million a year. That's Stefan Bancel from Moderna.
For Moderna?
Moderna doesn't supply.
Moderna is not a healthcare.
It's a pharmaceutical company.
I Googled who's the highest paid CEO in healthcare, and that's what came up.
Well, that shouldn't be because when we say
them
health,
all together.
Yeah, it's not. Moderna is a pharmaceutical company. It's not a healthcare provider.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what it sounds like? That sounds like a hit on this guy. Because how did they know he was coming out at that exact moment? That probably was an inside job.
How did they know? How did he know?
Well, they know.
More than one person.
You don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but how do you come into that? He had to know he was leaving the hotel.
You have a valid point, Tony. How did they know he was going to walk out of the building?
Exactly. He had to have a tip-off.
Well, because he was staying at a hotel and he was due to give a speech that morning at a certain time, so it would be a good. And the guy was supposedly standing out there for about a half an hour.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Shareholders meeting in New York is what was going on.
Yeah, shareholders. See.
You're going to the island.
You know, I mean, I wish.
I'd like to know.
We've screwed the American people out all
Jeff
this
wants.
money,
Jeff would like to. Jeff would like to say something. Yes, Jeff.
Yes. I'm very curious. From everybody here, do you have good insurance? And if you're working, you know, that's one issue. And if you're retired, that's another issue. Or you got kids or grandkids or uncles or whatever. Does pretty much have some insurance?
Yes, I do.
I think we're all retired.
All of us do, yeah.
Yeah, we're all retired. We're all on Medicare.
I do because I'm very well. To begin with, we had this insurance before I got some money, and it would have been a little harder to pay it. Now it's very easy to pay it, you know. Yeah. And I have very good insurance in which I never pay a penny. You know, I'm going to the hospital on Monday for my every 4-month checkup. You know, for my leukemia. And they're going to charge me a lot of money for that. Medicare is going to take care of 80% of it, and they're going to give the hospital what they feel it's worth, rather than what the hospital claims. And then the other 20% is going to be paid by my supplemental insurance company based on what Medicare pays them. Okay, so I'm taken care of all the way along the line. How many people in America today can say that? Even if you work for a company like I did at Sirius XM, the plan they had didn't cover you 100%. You know, so it was partial, and some of the money was taken out of your paycheck to pay for it.
See, I don't have to, because I'm on an Advantage plan. If you're on an Advantage plan, you don't pay for supplemental.
And if you're on an Advantage plan, you're screwed.
I think you can get
People,
Kaiser has
you
never
get through
turned
with it
down
too,
anything
Advantage.
I've needed.
Well, maybe it's through Kaiser and it's a whole different animal, but the fact is that Advantage is the terrible thing. What it is,
Yeah.
do you know what Advantage is?
I do.
What?
Well, it means that you have a plus.
No. You know, do you know what it is? Do you know how it exists?
I don't know. Explain. to me.
Most of these companies charge you hardly anything for Advantage. You know why?
Right. Okay. Why?
Because your Medicare is not Medicare's responsibility anymore. It becomes the insurance company's job, to take care of you. And they are paid by the government the money that they would have paid out to whatever for insurance. So consequently, you don't have Medicare anymore. You have Advantage. And
But I could switch- I could
Advantage is going to be far tougher to deal with than Medicare is going to be, or a
You go back to
supplemental.
Medicare.
A supplemental, there's no question what they're going to pay. There's no question. But with you and Advantage, how's the company going to make money? Well, by making sure they don't have to put out too much of it, and that the money they get from the government is profit for them.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with it? Well,
I've been with Kaiser my whole life. I know how to manipulate the system.
well,
He was
good
When you're with
for you.
Kaiser, you
Good-
got to learn
good
how
for
to
you.
manipulate the
How many
system.
people know
you
how
know,
to do it? Am I right, Kevin, about Advantage? You know the difference between the two, don't you? Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference, the Advantage versus supplemental.
What about it? It's a gap insurance. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I was telling him that it's really not a very good thing, Advantage.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
Supplemental
have to
doesn't
have it.
take over your whole health care, whereas Advantage does.
Yes. Right. With supplemental, they're simply paying out money.
Except for I don't have to pay for supplemental. They take my whatever the Medicare is, $175 a month, and give me full coverage, no supplemental. I get Part D drug coverage, and they follow the Medicare Part D. I get.
Well, I don't
glasses,
understand
hearing.
what goes on with Kaiser. I was only
I
with
don't think
Kaiser
anybody
when
does.
I was a kid because my father was one of the first people who was a member of Kaiser because he was a musician and they offered it to members of the musicians union. In the beginning, Kaiser only was for families of certain unions and certain organizations that
They
were
started it in Richmond, California.
well, it was started
because
for the employees of Henry J. Kaiser initially, and then
shipbuilding in Richmond.
Then they
during World War
expanded
II.
it. They expanded it to members of various unions, and my father's union happened to be one of them. So that's where I went. You know, that was my hospital.
I mean, look how perfect I am. I was born in Kaiser.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you'll probably die in Kaiser.
Probably.
Not of your own volition, but you'll die in Kaiser.
Probably not.
But all I'm saying is Kaiser is a different situation. It's an HMO to begin with.
They get real high ratings. Kaiser, Northern California.
Well, that's fine. I'm so happy for Kaiser. We're talking about the other people in this
Yeah, we're
country
talking about the
who
other
don't
thing
have the
that you're
advantage.
doing.
Who don't have the advantage of Kaiser, but have to pay
Charlie's
for it
got
out of their own
advantage.
pockets.
Yeah, but I've got Advantage through the state of Texas. They have 400,000 employees that they cover, and if they turn down too many of our requests for service, the state will kick them to the curb and get somebody else for their insurance.
Yeah.
And so
Isn't that
I've never had anything turned down with mine, but I know a lot of people that have United Healthcare Advantage that have had simple things.
Yeah.
Like an MRI you need because you had a ruptured disc. They
Right.
won't pay for that.
Now, wait a minute.
you
Let me please let us talk now, okay, Alan? Today, the big story. See, people say violence does nothing. Something like this is bad because violence does nothing, and I agree with you. Violence really kind of does nothing, but it does do something. In this country, the only thing this country understands is violence. Okay. So today, and I'll give you an example. This guy gets shot yesterday. Yesterday, also, or the last couple of days, Aetna, which is part of, I believe, United Health, said we are not going to pay for a certain amount of anesthesia in an operation. In other words, let's say you're getting an operation and you're getting anesthesia, and all of a sudden on the anesthesiologist's watch, the time is up for you to get anesthesia. They turn it off.
I know.
Okay,
That's weird.
that was the newest thing, the newest edict from Aetna. And a couple of other companies said, any day now, we're going to go with that too. This guy gets shot yesterday. Every one of these companies folds and says, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me violence isn't good, that it's the only thing that we understand in this country. And then you wonder why we have so much violence. It's because it's the only thing the common person has in their favor to be able to solve a problem. I rest my case.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's the same reason why, I mentioned to people today about this guy yesterday, and they went, good.
We talk about today's news. We had an earthquake and a tsunami warning.
Well, because boy, you take us on an absolute left turn. You bring our discussion to a screaming halt.
No, you actually stopped, so I waited.
No, you waited. You had an earthquake. Big fucking deal. When
I looked at it.
You went for the big
hey,
one,
guess
so.
what? There was an earthquake in California. Really?
It was about 50 of them.
Look, I'm looking up your insurance thing, the halt, because I saw that in the news. I want to see what it says about the anesthesia coverage during surgery. Who was it? And
It was Aetna. It was Aetna.
Yeah.
It was Aetna, and they were going to be followed by, I believe.
Anthem, Blue Cross, and Blue Shield.
Was it Anthem? It was not Aetna? Okay.
I got it right here. So, yeah. But probably they'll do it too, so,
Well, nobody's going to do it now. They've decided not to. Plus, I think our own governor here in New York said, if anybody tries that here, we're going to throw them out of the state as an insurance carrier.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that. Telling an anesthesiologist, okay, it's 45 minutes, you got to turn off his anesthesia.
I don't
The
remember.
good thing about Anthem, Blue Cross, and Blue Shield is that this anesthesia thing, according to the article here on CNN, is they're representing the state of Connecticut, the state of New York, state of Missouri. Kind of weird. I mean, they're gonna have problems if they try and cut. You have to have anesthesia for surgery.
Yeah, they
Well, they put out the edict yesterday that they were going to do exactly what I said they were going to do.
Yeah.
And everybody was going, what? Who turns off anesthesia in the middle of an operation?
Nobody. The patient would die.
Maybe Dr. Oz does. I don't know.
That correct, He wanted the kids to go back to school, and he said, what did he say? It was right after, it was like a month after they shut everything down. And they have a quote of him saying, like, even if you lose 1 or 2%, like, it's almost like, it's all right if 1 or 2% people die. It's all right. This is a doctor. Don't they have the Hippocratic oath to save lives? He's giving everybody, like, who cares?
Well, these guys are all.
We got to blame Oprah for him, making him a celebrity, really.
Well, he and Dr. What's his name? The other one.
And Alex, the man we should say no name. Do you think the My Pillow guy gets in the cabinet?
I'm trying to get an answer here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Dr. Oz.
You're talking about Rand Paul?
No, doctor, the psychologist.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
My mother used to watch that idiot too. I said, Mom, he's not even a doctor. I used to say,
yeah, Dr. Phil.
God, no, he's
What about him? He's a staunch Republican. I said, what about him? He's a staunch Republican.
Yeah, well, people used to be staunch Republicans, and I respected them.
Yeah.
So.
Not anymore.
Apparently, New York is already suing Anthem Blue Cross over the
here we go.
Well, they can't sue them if they're not going to do it.
I have a friend who's gone through medical school, and she's learning to be a surgeon.
Mhm.
And she went on a travel program, like to 6 or 7 different countries all over the southern Africa and this
Yeah.
place. Yeah. Okay. And she told you one thing. She says, here you are, you're in a surgery, you're watching what's going on, and the gas isn't broken. It's not working. They don't have enough gas anymore. So I said, what did they do? They just keep running the surgery.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's scary.
So, different countries have different attitudes.
Unless you're like in
What's the
Twilight.
most important thing, and what's something that you use it on a good day?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the gas for anesthesia or the gas for oxygen or what?
No, what's the normal stuff that they
Well,
have?
no, now wait a minute. You're not talking about who uses
Like a
gas
drip?
for anesthesia
Maybe the
anymore.
drip, you think?
They do it all the time.
No, they don't.
Oh,
They
you have a drip that goes in
They
your
have a
arm.
drip. Yeah,
They have a drip that goes in your
I
arm.
remember that. Yeah, my brother's girlfriend was a doctor. I remember.
When
they
you get
drip.
gas in a dentist's office, and they use
No, that is an entirely different situation.
Yeah.
But
Let me
it is anesthesia.
finish for Christ's sake. Jesus, learn something for a change.
Leg fell
That's
asleep.
nitrous oxide.
That's what that is?
Or as it was better known as laughing gas, and it simply relaxed you, and that was all. It didn't take away any pain. It didn't work as an anesthetic. Am I right, Kevin?
Use that-
Yeah, I used to make it and produce it and sell it.
Yeah. And I used to
Really?
use it for
I remember
I
that.
used to use it for fun.
We had to lock it up.
You could get it in big blue bottles. Okay.
That can't hurt you, could it though, or no?
Yeah, it doesn't knock you out.
No, the only way it can really hurt you is if you take it without mixing in oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then- then
if you
you-
keep
then you
doing
s-
it, just like helium will do the same thing. Anything
You're
that
looking
you-
at anesthesia in
an
surgery. There's all
asphyxiant.
kinds of anesthesia.
Anesthesia, only anesthesia we use today is the kind of drip that goes in your arm that puts you out.
fentanyl.
What happens what do you call it when the dentist numbs you up with Novocaine? What does the
It's
dentist call that?
laughing
They call
gas.
that anesthesia.
And no, it's called Novocaine.
Yeah, but it's anesthesia.
It's anesthesia, so it
But
doesn't
it's
knock
not a
you
gas.
out. Doesn't
not a
go
gas.
through an IV.
Well, no, wait a
It's
minute. Wait a
still
minute.
not a gas.
Wait a minute. Hold on a
Alan.
second. Hold on a second.
Novocaine's.
Novocaine's not a gas. But
Doesn't need to be a
Novocaine
gas.
also is simply a numbing agent that numbs the area.
But
That's
it's
all. It is not an anesthesia.
That's what they call it, though.
Yep.
I've never heard
Yep,
it
they
referred to
do.
as an anesthesia.
Because I got my appointment was canceled with my dentist today
Yep.
because the doctor wasn't there and the therapist or the what do they call the other ones that clean your teeth? She can usually give the injections, but the doctor has to be there because it's an
Yeah,
anesthesia.
Oh, the hygienist, right?
The hygienist,
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't ever had it called an anesthesia. I've heard
She
it be
said,
called a
we
numbing
can't
agent.
administer anesthesia because of that, so we have to reschedule. Because I have to get my teeth.
But the
numbed up
gas they
just
used to
clean
give
them.
you, they don't even do nitrous oxide in most dentist offices anymore. And I used to
That-
love it for dentistry.
Yeah,
'cause
you used to get 'em, remember? You
You
used to
laid
taste it
there,
and sit
you
on the
laid
video.
there, and you went into la la land. You kind of were, even the doctor's
Yeah.
assistant looked good.
Yeah,
I mean,
Go out of there dribbling.
yeah,
the best.
yeah.
Or you go to a Dead concert.
Yeah, but no. But the basic anesthetic we use is is a drip in your arm. That's what. Actually, I didn't when I did my seeds. They wouldn't give me an anesthetic.
They
They
put me
wouldn't give
out
me a
out.
drip in my arm because they said you're so old.
Oh, they were afraid you couldn't come out of it.
Well, we'd like to not give it when we don't have to. So
Yeah.
we're going to give you a blockage. What is a spinal?
Yeah.
Oh, back.
And they did it. I didn't hurt or anything, but
No,
I
but you
was
probably
numb. I
wouldn't
was
do it.
numb from the waist down for about
Yeah.
3 hours.
That's what they did for my implant.
They gave me a
Yeah.
soft one, Alex. It wasn't.
And I was awake
they
the whole
knocked me
time.
out.
What did they give you, Tony?
Yeah, I remember when my brother dropped me off when he was waiting for me outside. The guy who put you out comes over to me. He was an older guy. He had to be in his late 60s. He goes, I said, I'm a little nervous about going. He says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He says, you won't feel anything. I think it was the needle in my arm. Like they had the drip that went in.
Right.
Like he did something here. And I did ask him, where'd you go to medical school? And I think he said NYU. I thought he said that. Well, that's a good school. The next thing you know, I was gone. I was out. And then I was waiting. My brother was waiting to, he says, come on, Tony, you can go home. And my brother,
Well,
yeah, so he took me out.
my butt guy or whatever, whenever he gave me a colonoscopy, would give me propofol essentially, and
Oh, that's
that
Michael
one
Jackson.
moment before you go out is just wonderful.
Alex, I don't remember anything. Like you said, it just like, boom, you're gone.
And then the next thing you know, you wake up and it's like
Yeah.
they edited 25 minutes out of your life. You
It's
know?
so weird when I remember emailing Shecky. I said, Shecky, Alex is right. I woke up and it was like 2 hours was gone. My brother's like, come on, I'll help you up. And we were going. He said, I'll get you dinner. It's like I couldn't believe it because it felt like 2 seconds. You know, it felt like you were just
Here
gone
we
in the
go. He's looking stuff up on the internet.
Uh-oh, what's
Well,
going on?
I just want to tell you, the National Institutes of Health, nitrous oxide inhalation sedation is rapid anesthesia in dentistry. It is classified anesthesia. You're mixing up, putting somebody under for surgery. That's definitely anesthesia, but so is Novocaine when they give you the injection. So is nitrous
Anesthesia
oxide.
is to kill pain.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So.
And the laughing gas, nitrous oxide, makes you not feel the pain.
Oh, I felt the pain still, but I didn't
well,
mind
your
it.
dentist
I
was
didn't.
a
No,
was
I
a-
didn't
not
mind
caring
it.
about it.
And you're gonna be very hard put to find a dentist that gives nitrous oxide anymore.
I've never had it. I always just get the needle injection.
I mean, I asked my dentist, why don't you do it? And they said, well, it's not good for you. It's not good for your brain.
They're
and I went,
finding that it
I don't
isn't
care
good.
if
It's
it's not
cancer
good for my
causing.
brain. I'm 85 years old. Make
Maybe
me,
it's all the
make,
nitrous
make
oxide
me
you
as
inhaled.
make me as stupid as you want to make me. You know.
You're not that smart anyway.
Yeah, I'm not that smart.
I don't care if I lose a few
anyway.
brain cells at this point. I'll take my chances.
You know. I mean,
Good line, Jeff. Good
but
line.
anyway, what I'm saying is that the way we deal with medicine and giving and taking care of people is horrible in this country. It is just horrible,
Yeah.
and it shows what really horrible people we are. I mean, not you guys. You guys are fine. I can trust you guys, but otherwise, it's nothing but ugly people in this country. Because if we sit around and go, oh well, we can't give free medical care, that's communism. No, that's called empathy. You know,
Yeah.
that's called being a good neighbor. You know,
It's called being free of medical debt.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's fine if you have debt, as long as it's debt you incurred voluntarily, not you got sick and you couldn't pay for it because you have absolutely no responsibility for whether you get sick or not. And people say, well, they should have taken better care of themselves. There are people who are like vegetarians and they do all this and they take they work out every day and they still get a heart attack. They still get a stroke. They still get all kinds of problems. They still get prostate cancer at an early age.
Look at me.
Yeah, you're
How many of you
you're the
can I get?
healthiest person I know.
Exactly. Yeah. I was jealous you got it, so I had to follow you, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's just a shame that we just don't do this for people. That we are so selfish as a country that we can't take care of our people. I mean, why do we become a nation anyway? Why do we become a society? Why do we all pay into it? Because we're doing it because we want to help each other out. We feel that we're better off as people, as a group, instead of individually. But, when a country doesn't have medical health for every one of their people, 100%, don't do that. And there are countries that absolutely do that and don't have any problems with it. The fact that you don't do it in a country shows what terrible people you are,
It's even cheaper to do it everywhere else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All those other countries in Europe and Japan and around the world.
Why do people go to Canada to get medicine? Because it's 50% cheaper, maybe 75% cheaper than it is here. Why is it so expensive here? I don't have an answer.
I do.
What is it?
It may not be the right answer. Lawsuits. In Canada, they don't allow you to sue pharmaceutical companies, but in this country, we could sue them for if you get a pharmaceutical and it causes damage. That's what they claim. So I don't know if it's right or wrong.
I never heard that, but, you know.
Well, I don't think that's the reason either. The reason is because the pharmaceutical and medical companies make billions and billions of dollars, and they don't want to give it up, and they pay lobbyists to make sure Congress doesn't change the law.
Countries like Canada say you can't sell your product in our country unless you charge so much for it. You cannot overcharge for it. And we don't do that here. You know, we just say whatever you want to charge, go ahead, charge it. And then that's why your medical insurance gets to be so expensive. You know, I mean it's terrible. It's just terrible what we do here. And so when a guy gets shot who's the head of a medical company and everybody you talk to goes, well, am I supposed to cry about that? You know, there's really no reason to. And the violence inherent in it, hey, it's terrible. But you know something? Today we're not charging more for, saying you can only have anesthetic for 45 minutes because all of a sudden these insurance companies started panicking that people would be out to shoot them too, you know. So if violence isn't good, look what it did today. I'm not saying you should be violent. That's not a good thing. But
I used to have to get a test, a blood check quite often.
Yeah.
And I was in Australia. And I said, can you guys do this? I have to take this blood test, blah, blah, blah. And they said, yeah, no problem. We'll do that. And you go in there, you take the blood test. And I says, well, how do I pay for it? Because obviously I'm from the United States. I'm not in Australia. He said, we don't charge for these things.
Right.
It's a freebie. Nobody pays.
So one quick thing on Advantage Care with Kaiser. Medicare does not cover you for medical care outside the United States. Your supplemental plan probably does, but Medicare itself doesn't. But Advantage plans do cover you outside the United States for emergency.
I believe I am covered outside the United States, and if I'm not, I walk into any hospital in England and they will take care of me.
Not once they find out who you are.
No, they will take care of me.
I'm kidding. Meant to be a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but they will take care of me. There's no question about it. I know people who've gotten sick in other countries and walked into a hospital and they said, okay, come on in. When it was over with, he said, how much do I owe you? And they said, nothing. Actually, what happened in England, the problem was he wanted to pay for it, but there was no place to pay for it at the hospital. They didn't know from a checkout, you know? Yep. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Boy, it was a good discussion, though. You know? Huh?
It was a fun thing. I like when we talk about the insurance and stuff.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Jeff, you came on perfectly tonight. You got a couple of good shots in tonight. Very good.
All right.
Terrific. You changed your medication, didn't you?
It could have been.
We talked about that. You changed it. And you're much more alert and alive and peppy and zippy and everything else. Charlie, thank you so much for your participation tonight. And, of course, Kevin, always a pleasure. Alan, thank you very much. And Tony, good talking to you, too. Everybody give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. And that's our citizen panel for tonight. They'll be here again tomorrow night, some of them, and others added to them. right here at the Ramble. Stay tuned now for the intersection, which is next over most of the same Gabnet with Amy Manuel. And she'll be taking your calls on Skype at Gabnet Live. Skype at Gabnet Live. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, you know what to do. Tell her I love her, okay? Bye, everybody.